Imagine a world where the future is already written, and its author is a blind mystic whose predictions have sent shockwaves through time. Baba Vanga, the famed seer whose visions have baffled experts and skeptics alike, left behind a haunting prophecy for 2025, one that seems to be unraveling before our very eyes. As we inch closer to the heart of her chilling vision, many are left wondering, what terrifying events await us? Could her predictions hold the key to an impending catastrophe? Stay with us as we delve into the unsettling truth behind Baba Vanga's most disturbing forecast yet, and uncover what 2025 may have in store for humanity. Brothers and sisters in Christ, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so we can spread God's message of love and hope to even more people. May God bless you all. Examination of specific prophecies for 2025. Several of Baba Vanga's prophecies have increased renewed interest. Among these, her predictions about environmental catastrophes and significant global diplomat shifts are particularly noteworthy. According to interpretations of her visions, 2025 is expected to witness severe climatic events and a remarkable incident in global politics involving major powers. These events are said to be pivotal, aligning with her long-standing warnings about the Earth's health and humanity's impact on it. One of the most striking prophecies attributed to Baba Vanga for 2025 is the supposed Great Shaking, a term that has been interpreted to mean either a significant earthquake or a metaphorical shaking of the global political landscape. While her prophecies are often cryptic, the implication is that this event will bring about a profound re-evaluation of how nations interact and govern. And now, dear listeners, the most striking examples of Baba Vanga's prophecies is her prediction about the Russian submarine Kursk. In 1980, she foretold, "At the turn of the century, Kursk will be covered with water, and the whole world will weep over it." At the time, this prediction was confusing. Kursk was a city far from the sea. However, in August 2000, a Russian submarine named Kursk tragically sank in the Barents Sea, killing all 118 crew members. This event shocked the world, and Baba Vanga's prophecy came to pass in a way that few could have imagined. Was this a mere coincidence? Or could it be that Baba Vanga was given this vision by God, as a way to show his omniscience and warn the world? Similarly, Baba Vanga made a haunting prediction in 1989 about the attacks on September 11th, 2001. She foretold, "Horror, horror, the American brethren will fall after being attacked by steel birds. The wolves will be howling in a bush, and innocent blood will be gushing." Many of her followers believe that the steel birds symbolized the airplanes that were hijacked to attack the World Trade Center, and the reference to Bush was a veiled prediction of President George W. Bush, who would lead the country in the aftermath of the attacks. This prophecy, uttered more than a decade before the tragedy, reflects the kind of symbolic visions that often appear in the Bible, where God's messages are delivered through signs and metaphors. Baba Vanga, the blind mystic from Bulgaria, has captured the world's attention for her uncanny ability to predict future events, with many believing her visions were divinely inspired. As Christians, we know that God sometimes chooses certain individuals to deliver his warnings, guiding humanity through times of trial and uncertainty. Could Baba Vanga have been one of those chosen by God to reveal the future, much like the prophets of old? Her life was marked by both suffering and revelation. Born in 1911, Baba Vanga lost her sight in a fierce storm when she was only 12 years old. Many believe this moment was not merely a tragic accident, but a divine intervention that granted her the gift of foresight. Although she could no longer see with her physical eyes, she was given the ability to see with her spiritual eyes, revealing events yet to come. For many of faith, this type of gift can only be explained as a blessing from God, intended to warn and protect his people. In reflecting on these fulfilled prophecies, it becomes clear that Baba Vanga was not simply foretelling events for the sake of curiosity. Her predictions seemed to carry a deeper purpose, one of warning, perhaps even urging humanity to return to God. Just as the Old Testament prophets warned of coming disasters unless people repented, Baba Vanga's visions could be seen as divine messages meant to call people back to righteousness and prepare for difficult times. One of her lesser-known but highly relevant predictions for our times concerns the rise of cyber threats. Long before the internet became central to modern life, Baba Vanga predicted an increase in hacker attacks targeting critical infrastructure, such as power grids and water systems. She foresaw that the digital world would create vulnerabilities that could lead to global crises, a vision that resonates strongly today. Recently, companies like AT&T, Apple, Meta, and others have suffered significant cybersecurity breaches. In a notable case, AT&T reported that a dataset containing sensitive information, such as social security numbers and passwords, was found on the dark web, affecting millions of customers. This incident underscores just how vulnerable our interconnected world has become, echoing Baba Vanga's prophetic warning. As the internet continues to evolve, the growing threats to our security and privacy remind us of the foresight she had, long before these dangers were widely understood. What are we to make of these predictions? From a Christian perspective, Baba Vanga's visions may be viewed as God's way of communicating with humanity. Just as he worked through the prophets to warn Israel of coming trials, perhaps he has used individuals like Baba Vanga to offer glimpses of the future, urging us to remain vigilant and faithful. Her prophecies, though often unsettling, serve as a reminder that the future is in God's hands, and He alone knows the path ahead. Baba Vanga's ability to foresee such events should inspire us to reflect on our relationship with God. In times of uncertainty, we are called to trust in Him, knowing that His wisdom and power surpass all understanding. As we navigate the challenges of this world, whether they be political upheaval, natural disasters, or the rise of digital threats, let us remember that God's warnings are not to frighten us, but to prepare us. By turning our hearts to Him, we can face the future with faith and hope. One of the most striking examples of her prophetic insight was the exact date of her own death. In a 1990 interview, she foretold that she would die on August 11, 1996. True to her prediction, she passed away on that very day. Although the precise details of what she said are often clouded by mystery and folklore, this event adds to the profound sense of intrigue surrounding her abilities. Could it be that Baba Vanga, like the prophets of old, was given a glimpse into her own future through divine revelation? In the political realm, Baba Vanga's predictions were equally compelling. She famously foretold that the 44th President of the United States would be black. This prophecy was validated when Barack Obama was elected as the first African-American president in U.S. history. However, she also predicted that this president would be the last, a statement that has fueled ongoing speculation about its deeper meaning. Furthermore, there are claims that Baba Vanga predicted the rise of Donald Trump, suggesting that, while many would look to him for positive change, his presidency would instead deepen divisions within the United States. While these political prophecies provoke a range of reactions, from belief to skepticism, they are undeniably a significant part of her legacy, sparking both intrigue and contemplation. Another haunting prophecy that came true was made in 1969, when Baba Vanga whispered a chilling prediction about a prime minister, saying, "The dress will destroy her." She envisioned an orange-yellow dress amid smoke and fire, a cryptic message that would come to terrifying fruition decades later. In 1984, Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was assassinated by her own Sikh bodyguards in the wake of her controversial military orders against the Sikhs' Golden Temple. On the day of her death, Indira Gandhi was wearing a saffron-colored sari, eerily aligning with Baba Vanga's prophecy of the orange-yellow dress. The smoke and fire that Vanga foresaw can be understood as symbolic of the political turmoil and violence that surrounded her death. This tragic event, foretold so precisely, adds to the mystique of Baba Vanga's visions, making it hard to dismiss the spiritual nature of her gift. Baba Vanga's prophecies often delve into apocalyptic and catastrophic events, particularly those that speak to natural disasters and man-made crises. Her visions of devastating tsunamis, earthquakes, and hurricanes are some of the most vivid and alarming. For example, she predicted that a catastrophic earthquake would one day strike the United States, so powerful that it would alter the course of the Mississippi River and result in widespread devastation. While this particular disaster has not yet come to pass, recent seismic activity has sparked fears that such a prophecy could still be realized. On April 5, 2023, a 4.8 magnitude earthquake near New York City shook the region, although it fortunately did not fulfill Baba Vanga's dire prediction of a river-altering catastrophe. Nevertheless, as we progress through 2025, the possibility of such an event continues to weigh heavily on the minds of those familiar with her visions. Her predictions were not limited to terrestrial disasters. Baba Vanga also foresaw a colossal tsunami poised to strike Asia, one that would surpass all previous natural disasters in scale and destruction. The recent 7.6 magnitude earthquake in Japan, which raised fears of an ensuing tsunami, eerily echoes her ominous vision. These warnings, along with her foreboding vision of an impending nuclear disaster, underscore the gravity of her prophecies. The idea that a nuclear catastrophe could shift the global balance of power, destabilizing international relations and igniting conflicts, is a chilling thought that continues to provoke speculation and debate. However, it is important to approach Baba Vanga's predictions with an open mind. As with many prophets, her words may carry symbolic or metaphorical meanings that are not immediately obvious. A literal interpretation of every prophecy may lead to misunderstanding, while a more nuanced approach invites deeper reflection. In considering her predictions, we must be mindful of the complexities they contain, viewing them not only as potential warnings but also as calls for greater awareness of the world around us. Her prophetic gift, whether divinely inspired or a product of extraordinary intuition, challenges us to remain vigilant and prepared for whatever the future may hold. Let's take a look back at the life story of the famous prophet Baba Vanga before coming to the next terrifying expectations. Baba Vanga, a blind mystic with extraordinary prophetic abilities, left behind predictions that have shaken the world. Born on January 31, 1911, in the village of Struma, within the Ottoman Empire, now Bulgaria, Vangelia Pandeva Dimitrova, later known as Baba Vanga, came from humble beginnings. Her life started in a small, impoverished village where her family, like many others, struggled to make ends meet. As the daughter of simple farmers, Baba Vanga and her siblings endured many hardships. But from those challenges, she developed a deep faith in God and a belief in the miraculous power He could bestow upon humanity. A pivotal event in Baba Vanga's life occurred when she lost her sight. At the age of 12, she was caught in a violent storm, which some have described as a freak tornado. After being found buried under dirt and stones, doctors were unable to save her eyesight. Despite the tragedy, this loss became a turning point that many believe was divinely orchestrated. Though she could no longer see with her physical eyes, Baba Vanga seemed to gain an extraordinary inner vision, a gift from God that would allow her to see what others could not. Following this life-altering event, Baba Vanga began to make small predictions about her village, helping people find lost animals or foresee minor illnesses. Her abilities quickly gained the attention of those around her, marking the beginning of her rise as a mystic. Many believe that Baba Vanga's ability to foresee the future was a gift from God, given to her as compensation for her blindness. She was not only able to predict personal events for those who visited her, but also prophesied global events of great significance. Some of her most well-known predictions include the Chernobyl disaster, the collapse of the Soviet Union, the 9/11 terrorist attacks, and the rise of global terrorism. These prophecies, many of which came true, have convinced people around the world that Baba Vanga's abilities were not of human origin, but came from a divine source. Among her most chilling prophecies is her prediction for the year 2025. Humanity will witness great changes, global crises, and unprecedented natural disasters, she warned, causing widespread fear about what might lie ahead. Many believe that current issues, such as climate change, political turmoil, and social unrest, are part of the series of events Baba Vanga predicted for 2025. Some Christians believe that Baba Vanga's prophetic abilities point to a special connection with God, the Almighty. On numerous occasions, she claimed that her messages came from God Himself, offering them as warnings to humanity to change their ways. I do not see with my eyes, but God has opened a window for me to see what must happen, to remind humanity to turn back to His mercy, Baba Vanga once shared with someone who sought her guidance. Her prophecies, particularly regarding 2025, compel us to reflect deeply on our existence and our relationship with God. She didn't merely predict disasters and destruction, but also urged humanity to find faith, to live more righteously, and to heed the signs God is sending through people like her. For many believers, these are not just predictions of future events, but a divine call to prepare for a new world where only those who live according to God's teachings will be able to endure the trials to come. While we cannot be certain of what will happen in 2025, Baba Vanga's prophecies remind us that in all things, God may be sending us warnings. The question is, will we listen and change? Baba Vanga's prophetic insights extend deeply into the realms of political and global affairs, forming a significant part of her enduring legacy. She often spoke of the rise and fall of nations, the emergence of new global powers, and seismic shifts in international diplomacy. Her predictions reflect a profound understanding of history's cyclical nature, where no empire remains eternal and global order constantly shifts. For instance, her prophecies about 2025 hint at turbulent times ahead, with major global changes that could reshape the world's balance of power. One of her most startling predictions concerns the possible assassination of Russian President Vladimir Putin by a fellow countryman, a prophecy that looms as tensions surrounding Russia's involvement in Ukraine escalate. Baba Vanga believed that such an event could thrust the world into even deeper instability. Alongside this, she foresaw an increase in terror attacks throughout Europe, and even suggested that a significant global power could be involved in the testing or use of biological weapons within the same year. These ominous predictions align with current geopolitical conflicts, such as Russia's ongoing war with Ukraine and the escalating conflict between Israel and Hamas, painting a picture of a world teetering on the edge of significant upheaval. Meanwhile, Baba Vanga's insights into the world of health and medicine are equally fascinating. She predicted advances that would revolutionize medical science, particularly breakthroughs in treating previously incurable diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's. Remarkably, these predictions are starting to gain credibility. Recently, President Vladimir Putin announced that Russian scientists are nearing a breakthrough in the development of a cancer vaccine, a monumental step in the fight against this devastating disease. Additionally, in the UK, a lung cancer vaccine is under development, funded by the government and supported by institutions like the University of Oxford. This progress aligns with Baba Vanga's hopeful vision of extending human lifespans and eradicating diseases once considered insurmountable. As we look ahead, Baba Vanga's warnings about the rise of new pandemics and diseases also underscore the importance of staying prepared. Her foresight suggests that medical advancements will play a crucial role in shaping the future of humanity, both in combating current health crises and preparing for unforeseen threats. Her prophecies, though often cryptic, continue to resonate, reminding us of the delicate balance between hope and caution in our ever-evolving world. Baba Vanga's terrifying prophecy for 2025. A Christian reflection. As we step into 2025, Baba Vanga's chilling prophecy for this year seems to be unfolding before our eyes, and the consequences are deeply troubling. Known for her unsettling accuracy, Baba Vanga predicted a wave of natural disasters and extreme weather patterns. With the world already facing unprecedented climate crises, many are left wondering if her foresight was divinely inspired. Could it be that God, in His infinite wisdom, granted her a vision to warn us of what is to come? Recent studies have shown a 67% increase in the frequency of global heat waves, with temperatures surpassing records set decades ago. The increasing intensity of these events mirrors Baba Vanga's warnings, calling us to reflect on our role as stewards of God's creation. The World Meteorological Organization predicts that 2025 could set new heat records, aligning with Vanga's prophecy of an orbital change that might bring even greater catastrophe. But Vanga's visions do not only speak of doom. She also foresaw a future where humanity would transcend, reaching a state of immortality, making contact with extraterrestrial beings, and ultimately communicating with God Himself. While these visions may seem far-fetched, they remind us of the mysteries of God's plan for creation and the eternal destiny He has prepared for us. Let us remember that through prayer, faith, and care for God's earth, we can face the future with hope, trusting in His divine providence. Dear brothers and sisters, in these challenging times, let us kneel in prayer, asking God for forgiveness and protection. Repent and place your unwavering faith in the Almighty, for He is always with us, shielding us, His flock. The return of our Lord will bring peace and salvation to all who trust and follow Him. Let us turn our hearts to God, believing in His infinite love and grace. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more uplifting videos.